I was a very clever little boy. I understood the meaning of words like infinite, forever. I understood that meant something incomprehensible, something unfathomable. So when people told me that if I didn't believe in their religion, I would be tortured forever, that terrified me. Forever. When they say the word forever, I guess it's just a word to them, but to me, I did the math. It's not 100 years. It's not 1,000 years. It's not 1,000,000 years. It's not 1 billion years. After all that time has passed, you haven't even started. You haven't even begun. Forever. Eternal. Infinity. Tortured, tortured, tortured. And I believed them. So I did whatever they said. They told me to love your enemy. They told me not to judge, lest you be judged. They told me, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. They told me to turn the other cheek. When you get hit, say, no, hit this one too. They taught me to practice forgiveness. They said it was God's place to judge after everyone has died. So in the meantime, I guess I just had to take it. Naturally, this left me open to all sorts of forms of abuse. Not so much from adults, but from other kids. I had no way to defend myself because I let them do whatever they want, and I forgave them for anything they did. And a power-starved kid, of course he's going to love that. He's going to get that drug called power, and he's going to use it over and over and over again. You're going to be his little prey animal. Every time he sees you, he's going to let out all that anger that built up from other people mistreating him, and he's going to pour it out all onto you. And I thought that's what I must do. I must let people do what they want to me because it's not my place to judge, and I should love them and treat them as I want to be treated. So I'm kind to them no matter how evil they are to me. That's how I understood it. I'm a child, you understand? So I had to develop a capability to separate the external part of me from the internal. The external can be abused and hurt. People can attack me and injure me, and I should just accept it and tolerate it. But they couldn't get to the inside of me, so I learned to separate my inside from the outside. The outside is the shell, it's the shield, it's the temporary body of this world. It can be bruised and abused, but the inside, that was the pure vessel. That's what was going to go to heaven one day. So I became a very picky eater. What does that have to do with it? Because food is on the inside. Food is part of me. Food is something that I still have some control over. So I'd have only very certain easy to eat foods that I would like. I'd fuss and complain if there was nothing I didn't recognize. I was very sensitive. I don't know if this is a reaction to abuse and trauma, but I was very, very sensitive in so many ways. And one of those ways was in swallowing food, which I've since gotten over, but as a child, I would gag. Anything with a taste that was strong or unexpected. Anything with a texture that was too thick or sticky or spiky or anything that wasn't pleasant, unexpected. Any new sort of flavor that I didn't recognize, and any sort of visible spots or strange colors that I was afraid of. So I was a picky eater. Created a lot of complications with my relationship with food for a very, very long time into my adulthood. I was skinny. All the way into my 20s, I was pretty skinny. I was always told, even by family, I gotta eat more, you gotta eat more. I would be shamed for how skinny I was. Told I eat like a bird. I would constantly be forced to eat things. They'd tell me I have to finish my plate or I can't play, I can't go outside, I can't get dessert, I can't do anything. I have to sit there until I finish my plate, whatever thing is on it that I don't like. When I'd go to a family gathering with different foods, they'd say you have to try everything, just try it. And just by looking at it, I know it'll nauseate me, it'll make me gag, but I had to try it. So here I am repeatedly torturing myself, violating my great boundary, my external and internal wall that I had put up gets violated over and over again by my own family, by people who were supposed to love me. They didn't know what they were doing. They were just doing the best they knew how, trying to get me to experiment more. Maybe if I'm exposed to more foods, I'll see that they're not so bad. Maybe I'll learn to like certain more things, broaden my palate, but they didn't understand. This is what happened to me. I had no idea what was going on at the time. I was just a child. But looking back, this is what it was. These days, I can eat basically all of the foods that made me gag when I was a child. So, I guess it wasn't a permanent injury, but I had to learn to let go of all that fear, all those restrictions, all those ways that I restricted my behavior to match what I thought I had to do to stay righteous. I learned to not let everyone just abuse me, to stand up for myself. I understood what abuse was. It took me so long, decades. But I'm here, still alive. And I guess I have some interesting experiences that maybe could be a cautionary tale for others going through similar things, or for parents who maybe don't understand some of the damage that they're doing, some of the fussy behaviors that their children have. Maybe look a little bit deeper. Try to find the source. You might find some things that you don't really want to see, but Children are so pure. They're so innocent. They'll reflect reality back to you. They'll show you aspects of our humanity, the source, the genetics, things that are true about being human that you may have shut off because of how you were raised, what you believe, your rigid rules and ways of living that you think you should imprint onto your children. Maybe they're not all correct. So maybe look into your children as a mirror and don't judge. See what they reflect back to you and see what you can learn from them. Just because you're older than your children doesn't mean that you're always the teacher and they must always learn from you. Because they're closer to the source than you are. They're closer to that barrier between non-existence and existence. Whereas you've become stuck in your ways and you're in this torture chamber, this cell, this restriction of society. You've been broken down to behave in a way that benefits all these abusive people trying to streamline your behavior into a certain way that benefits society. But if you really honestly gaze into your own children, they'll teach you many things, many deep and terrible things that you may not want to know, but it's better to learn those things than to ignore them and mistreat your own children and create trauma that will take decades to repair.